underwater barriers, harbour chains, and even dolphin pens. Russia is installing these measures to try and defend occupied Crimea. Central to the effort is protecting its most significant asset, the Kerch Bridge. Stretching for 12 miles, the crucial supply route is vital for Russia to keep safe, while Ukraine is set on making it vulnerable. It's already been a target of attacks like this. And now, Kyiv is hinting at further strikes to the crossing, as fighting on the front lines becomes slow and costly, and it refocuses on the Kyiv Peninsula. Another hit would serve as a personal blow to Russian President Vladimir Putin in an election year. So, here's why the bridge is so strategic for both Kyiv and Moscow, and how the battle over it has unfolded so far. Russia invaded and occupied Crimea in 2014. Building the Kerch Bridge and connecting the peninsula to mainland Russia was a significant milestone for Moscow.
It cost a lot of money to build. It cost almost $4 billion. And it was opened with great fanfare by Russian President Vladimir Putin. And this was seen as a sign both of the importance of the bridge to Russia, but also a way to show, as Putin kept saying since 2014, that Crimea is part of Russia and will be part of Russia forever.
After Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Kyiv made the bridge a key target. The first attack on the crossing saw a truck explode next to a train carrying fuel. These images show the aftermath of the blast. A damaged section of road collapsed into the water, and a scorched railway line. The explosion came hours after Putin's 70th birthday.
It was a real black eye for Putin and for Russia, letting the world see that this manifestation of Putin's power that was this bridge could be accessed, could be attacked, could be damaged.
In response to the October blast, Putin signed a decree to boost defences for infrastructure in Crimea, and Russia moved quickly to make repairs. Putin can be seen driving across the bridge in this video, released by the Kremlin in December 2022. But then, 9 months after the first attacks, the crossing was struck again.
They were carried out by the SBU, by the Security Service of Ukraine, which used maritime drones to attack the road bridge. Now, this again was a surprise for Russia. These maritime drones were made by the Ukrainians. This was among their first uses.
Russia responded to attacks by looking at more ways to protect the bridge. This video shows smoke screens.
They've put around the bridge in the water devices to reflect radar so that incoming missiles their navigation would be confused. They've also, in the water, sunk ships just below the surface with the goal of stopping any ships or water drones that the Ukrainians send in.
But the bridge remains vulnerable, even with additional defences. One reason is its sheer scale, and as well as having parallel crossings for road and railway traffic, it needs to allow ships to pass underneath. This means it's impossible to protect the entire span of the bridge from underwater threats. Defending the vast waters around it is also a challenge. This footage shows a Russian oil tanker being hit by a Ukrainian maritime drone just south of the crossing. The Kremlin has scrutinised protective measures in the region. In addition, Moscow is continuing to install defences across the peninsula. These images show underwater chains that military analysts say help to slow down the path of incoming naval drones. The Russian Navy also uses marine animals to try and detect underwater threats. Defence experts say dolphin pens have been reinstalled here after a storm uprooted them. Military analysts say the measures present challenges to Ukraine, but won't fully impede incoming attacks on Crimea and the key crossing.
This bridge will certainly continue to be a major target for Ukraine in this war.